Have you ever found yourself in a situation where anger takes over and you lose control? Maybe during an argument with family, at work, or even with friends. We all face moments like these. But what if I told you there is a way to stay calm and peaceful, even when things get very difficult? Staying calm is not just about avoiding fights or silence. It is about controlling your emotions and responding with wisdom and kindness. Islam teaches us that calmness is a sign of strength, faith, and good character. When we keep our calm, we invite peace into our lives and gain the pleasure of Allah. This skill can change how we deal with people, reduce stress, and help us become better Muslims. If you want to live a life full of peace and good character, this video is for you. Please like, comment, and subscribe to Deen Explorers, and let's begin this beautiful journey of calmness together. 1. What is confrontation and why do we get angry? Confrontation happens when two people or groups have a disagreement or clash in opinions. It can be a simple argument with a family member, a disagreement with a friend, or even a heated discussion with someone we do not know well. Sometimes confrontation is small, and sometimes it grows bigger and turns into anger or even hostility. It is a natural part of life because human beings are different. Everyone has their own thoughts, feelings, and ways of seeing the world. This difference can sometimes cause conflict. Now, why do we get angry during confrontations? Anger is a natural feeling that Allah has created in us. It is a strong emotion that comes when we feel hurt, threatened, or misunderstood. When someone says something that hurts our feelings or treats us unfairly, our body reacts quickly. Our heart beats faster and our mind feels overwhelmed with emotions. This is part of our survival mechanism, designed to protect us. But anger itself is not bad. It is how we control and express it that matters. When we face confrontation, our ego or self-pride also plays a role. Often, we want to be right and feel respected. If someone challenges our opinion or disrespects us, our ego feels attacked. This causes anger to rise quickly. But Islam teaches us that pride should never come before kindness and peace. Confrontations also test our character. When we get angry, our true nature shows. Islam encourages us to build character based on patience, kindness, and forgiveness. These qualities make our life better and help us earn the pleasure of Allah. If we react to confrontation with harsh words and anger, we lose peace inside and damage our relationships. But if we respond with calmness and wisdom, we become better Muslims and better human beings. It is important to remember that sometimes confrontation is unavoidable. We cannot always agree with everyone, and some people may try to provoke us. But what makes a difference is how we respond. Islam gives us tools to handle these moments with grace. Instead of reacting quickly with anger, we should take a moment to breathe, think about Allah, and choose the best response. Knowing why we get angry helps us take control. Anger is not a weakness, but a natural feeling that needs to be managed carefully. By understanding confrontation and our anger, we begin to take the first step towards staying calm. Staying calm is not about hiding our feelings, but about showing strength and wisdom. It is about choosing peace over conflict and pleasing Allah with our behavior. Whenever you face confrontation, remember this. Anger is natural, but controlling it is a sign of true strength. Allah loves those who can stay calm and forgive. When you feel anger rising, remind yourself of the Prophet's words in the Quranic teaching. You have the power to control your emotions and respond in a way that brings peace to your heart and those around you. 2. Why staying calm is important in Islam. In Islam, patience and calmness are among the highest qualities a believer can have. Allah has created us with feelings and emotions, but He wants us to control these emotions and not let them control us. When we face difficulties, insults, or arguments, Islam teaches us to stay calm because rushing to anger can lead to sin, broken relationships, and regret. Staying calm is a way of protecting our heart and our faith. One powerful reason why staying calm is important is because it reflects our trust in Allah. When someone hurts us or says something bad, our natural reaction might be to get angry and fight back. But Islam reminds us that everything happens by Allah's will and decree. Allah is the most just and most merciful, and He will take care of all wrongs in the best way. So, if we stay calm and do not react with anger, we show that we believe in Allah's justice and wisdom. Staying calm is also important because it protects us from making mistakes. When we get angry, we lose control over our mind and body. Our words become sharp and hurtful, and sometimes we do things we later regret. This can damage our reputation and relationships with family, friends, and the community. Islam teaches us that controlling our anger is a way to avoid sin and keep our hearts clean. Another important point is that staying calm brings peace to our own heart and mind. When we let anger control us, it causes stress, anxiety, and unhappiness. But when we choose calmness, we protect our mental and emotional health. Islam values this peace and teaches us to make our hearts tranquil by remembering Allah, praying, and controlling our emotions. In difficult moments, calmness helps us think clearly and find better solutions. Instead of reacting quickly and causing more problems, a calm person can listen carefully, understand the other side, and speak wisely. This helps avoid unnecessary fights and builds bridges of understanding. Islam encourages us to be wise and peaceful in our dealings with others. When we stay calm, we become role models for others. People respect those who can control themselves, especially in difficult situations. Our calmness can inspire others to be patient and peaceful too. This creates harmony in families, workplaces, and communities. Islam always encourages us to be examples of good character and beautiful manners. Dear brothers and sisters, remember that staying calm in confrontation is not a weakness but a great strength. It shows our faith in Allah, our respect for others, and our commitment to good character. It protects our hearts from anger's harm and brings peace to our lives. It also earns us Allah's love and blessings. So, the next time you face a difficult person or situation, remind yourself of the words of Allah and the example of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Choose calmness, patience, and kindness. You will find that your heart feels lighter, your relationships become stronger, and your faith grows deeper. 3. How can we control our anger in confrontations? Anger is a natural feeling, but it can become dangerous if it controls us. When anger takes over, we lose the ability to think clearly and make good decisions. This is why Islam teaches us to control anger and not let it lead us to harm others or ourselves. Controlling anger is not about ignoring our feelings or pretending they do not exist. It is about managing those feelings in a way that is respectful, peaceful, and pleasing to Allah. One of the first steps to controlling anger is to recognize when it is rising. Sometimes anger comes quickly and unexpectedly. But if we learn to notice the signs, like our heart beating faster, feeling tense, or wanting to shout, we can take a moment to pause. Another important way to control anger is by changing our physical response. When we feel angry, our body reacts strongly. To calm down, the Prophet recommended doing simple things like taking deep breaths or performing wuzu. Ablution is the ritual washing before prayer, and it has a calming effect on both the body and mind. Taking deep breaths slows down the heart rate and helps us feel more in control. These small actions remind us of Allah and help us return to a state of peace. Making zikr, or the remembrance of Allah, is also a powerful way to control anger. Islam also teaches us to think positively about others during confrontation. Often, anger grows because we think the other person wants to harm us or does not respect us. But if we try to see the situation from their perspective or assume good intentions, it can reduce our anger. Praying to Allah for help is also important. Controlling anger is not always easy, and we need Allah's support. Asking Allah to protect us from the harm of anger reminds us that true power comes from Him. When we pray sincerely, Allah gives us strength and patience. Finally, practicing patience in everyday life helps us control anger during confrontation. Patience is like a muscle. The more we use it, the stronger it becomes. When we face small annoyances calmly, it prepares us for bigger challenges. Controlling anger in confrontations is possible with the help of Allah and by following the Prophet's guidance. By staying silent when angry, taking deep breaths, making zikr, thinking positively, forgiving, praying, and practicing patience, we build strength and wisdom. Remember, every time you control your anger, you are earning the love of Allah and becoming a better person. 4. The power of patience in Islam. In life, everyone faces hardships and problems. Sometimes these problems come as arguments, misunderstandings, or confrontations with others. It is normal to feel angry or upset in those moments. But Islam teaches us that patience is not just waiting quietly. It is an active choice to control our emotions, trust Allah's plan, and respond with good behavior. Patience is the key to peace and success in both this life and the hereafter. Patience is especially important during confrontation. When someone tries to hurt us with words or actions, our first feeling might be to respond angrily or with revenge. But if we choose patience instead, we show our true strength and faith. Patience helps us control our anger, think clearly, and respond in a way that pleases Allah. It protects our hearts from bitterness and hatred. Patience also helps us grow spiritually. Every time we face a test and remain patient, our faith becomes stronger. We learn to rely more on Allah and less on our own strength. This spiritual growth is a blessing that prepares us for bigger challenges in the future. Islam teaches that difficulties are a way to purify our hearts and increase our reward from Allah. When we practice patience, it affects our relationships too. Being patient with others means we listen carefully, forgive mistakes, and do not rush to judge. This creates harmony and understanding, especially during confrontations. People feel respected and loved when we show patience, and it often helps solve problems peacefully. The power of patience in Islam is a great gift that helps us stay calm in any confrontation. It strengthens our faith, improves our relationships, and brings us closer to Allah. Patience is not weakness, but a sign of true strength and trust in Allah. So make patience your shield against anger and frustration. 5. Forgiveness is better than holding grudges. In life, many times people hurt us. Sometimes the hurt comes from family, friends, or even strangers. When someone wrongs us, our natural reaction might be to hold on to anger or grudge. We keep thinking about what they did, and this keeps our hearts heavy and full of hate. But Islam teaches us that holding grudges only harms ourselves, not the person who hurt us. It makes our hearts weak and keeps us away from peace and happiness. Forgiving is not always easy. Sometimes the pain is deep and the wrong done feels very big. But holding on to anger and grudges only traps us in sadness. It keeps us thinking about the past and stops us from moving forward. Forgiveness, on the other hand, gives us freedom. It releases our hearts and makes us lighter. It also brings us closer to Allah, because Allah loves those who forgive. When we forgive, we do not mean that the wrong was okay, or that the person is free to hurt us again. Forgiveness is a choice we make to let go of anger and hatred for our own peace and for the sake of Allah. It is also a way to heal the wounds in our hearts and rebuild trust when possible. Sometimes forgiveness leads to better relationships and stronger bonds. Holding grudges can also affect our health and happiness. Anger and bitterness cause stress and sadness. Forgiving cleanses our hearts and minds. It fills us with peace, joy, and calmness. This is why Islam encourages us to forgive quickly and not wait too long holding on to negative feelings. If someone has hurt you, try to forgive them from your heart. Make dua for them and ask Allah to guide both of you. Remember that forgiving is a way to earn Allah's love and to find peace inside yourself. It is a choice that shows your strength, faith, and good character. 6. How to prepare yourself to stay calm daily. The first step to staying calm is to remember Allah throughout the day. When our hearts are connected to Allah, we feel more peaceful inside. This connection gives us strength that no one can take away. Another important way to prepare is to control our breathing and relax our bodies. When we get upset, our breathing becomes fast and shallow. This makes us feel more angry and stressed. But if we practice slow, deep breaths every day, especially when we feel upset, it helps calm our mind and body. This simple act can stop anger from growing and help us stay peaceful during confrontations. Starting each day with a positive intention also helps us stay calm. Before we get busy, we should make a small dua or reminder to ourselves. Today, I will stay calm, patient, and kind, no matter what. This intention prepares our mind to face challenges with peace. It is like setting the direction for the whole day. Taking care of our physical health is important too. When we are tired, hungry, or not feeling well, it is harder to stay calm. Eating healthy food, drinking enough water, getting good sleep, and exercising regularly help keep our bodies strong and our minds clear. Islam teaches us to take care of our bodies because they are gifts from Allah. A healthy body helps us face stress and confrontations with calmness and energy. Another daily practice is to avoid negative thoughts and feelings. When we hold on to worries, fears, or anger, they build up inside us like a heavy cloud. We should try to replace negative thoughts with positive ones and remember that Allah is always there to help. Reading Quran, making zikr, remembrance of Allah, and listening to Islamic reminders can fill our hearts with hope and peace. Forgiveness is also part of daily preparation. Holding anger or grudges from past days makes it hard to stay calm. Every day we should try to forgive those who have hurt us and let go of negative feelings. This frees our hearts and makes us ready to face new challenges with a peaceful mind. When we face a confrontation, it helps to pause and think before we speak or act. This pause is a moment to remember Allah, control our emotions, and choose the best response. Practicing this every day makes it easier to stay calm naturally. Lastly, always remember that staying calm is a journey, not a destination. We will make mistakes, feel angry, and lose control sometimes, but every day is a new chance to try again and do better. Allah loves those who keep trying and ask for His help. We should be patient with ourselves as we learn this important skill. Dear viewers, preparing yourself daily to stay calm is a powerful way to improve your life. When you practice these simple steps, you build a heart full of peace and a mind that can face any confrontation with strength. Remember, calmness is a gift from Allah, and with His help, we can all achieve it. Thank you so much for watching, dear brothers and sisters. Remember, staying calm in every situation is a beautiful act of faith and strength in Islam. When we practice patience, forgiveness, and keep our hearts connected to Allah, we find true peace inside. May Allah help us all to stay calm and strong, no matter what challenges we face. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Deen Explorers. Your support means a lot and helps us share more Islamic lessons with everyone.